I saw a great many islands, all of them very beautiful and full of trees, the groves very green, and the air most sweet. The birds were many and different, and there were many fruits. I saw no people, although I went to many places. I saw houses, and I found signs that there were people who had fled. I took possession of all these islands for the King of Spain, our Lord by proclamation, as will be seen in the annexed documents. And I named the islands I found. The first I named San Salvador, the second Fernandina, the third Isabella, the fourth Juana, and the fifth Hispaniola.
On the morning of August 3rd, 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail from the Spanish port of Palos de la Frontera, marking the beginning of a journey that would change the course of history. With 3 ships, the Niña, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, Columbus and his crew embarked on an ambitious expedition, aiming to find a new route to the riches of Asia by sailing westward across the uncharted Atlantic Ocean. This departure, backed by the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella, would ultimately lead to the European discovery of the Americas, reshaping global interactions and laying the foundations for the modern world. Columbus log, the discovery in his own words.
So after having taken in provisions and water for the vessels, I set sail from the bar of Saltes at 8 o'clock and proceeded with a strong sea breeze until sunset towards the Canary Islands, which are in the said track, in order there to take in fresh provisions and water, and to repair the vessels, and afterward to proceed on my voyage, and sailed that day 60 miles, which is 15 leagues. This day the crew of the Pinta saw a reed and a small stick, and they also picked up a small board and a branch covered with berries. Everyone breathed afresh and rejoiced at these signs. At 2 hours after midnight, the land was sighted at a distance of 2 leagues. They saw very many signs of land and a small branch covered with berries. At dawn they saw naked people. The people were as naked as when their mothers bore them, and so they shall remain. They are very well made, with very handsome bodies and very good faces. They ought to make good and skilled servants, for they repeat very quickly whatever we say to them. I think they can very easily be made Christians, for they seem to have no religion. I was very attentive to them and strove to learn if they had any gold. I saw that some of them wore small pieces of gold hanging from a hole in their noses. I gave the name of San Salvador to the island, which the natives call Guanahani. I continued to the other island, which is very large, and it has a high mountain in the middle. I gave it the name of Santa Maria de la Concepcion. I reached the island of Cuba, and I steered toward the west-southwest. I thought it must be Chipango, Japan, but found it to be a very large and beautiful island. Since I believed that Cuba was the mainland of Cathay, I steered to the west-northwest, thinking I should come to the city of Quinsay, or Zaiton, mentioned by Marco Polo. This land is the most beautiful that human eyes have ever seen. There are here many green trees and very sweet-smelling flowers and birds singing. The king of this land came to the ship, and he was very rich. And I gave him a red cap and glass beads and many other things of little value to gain his love. The houses are very pretty and built like pavilions, and all are made of palm branches, very finely interwoven. I ordered the building of a fort, and I left therein men to keep the land. And with this I resolved to return to Spain, to bring the news of these new lands. On the evening of the 15th of March, I arrived at the port of Palos, whence I had started on the 3rd of August of the past year. The whole town, and especially the relatives of the crew, rejoiced at our return, for they had long given us up for lost. All, in short, were full of wonder at our great and unheard-of achievement, which was considered to be such that the sovereigns had immediately sent orders to celebrate it in every part of the kingdom.